It's Hopalong Cassidy. With action and suspense, out of the Old West comes the most famous hero of them all, Hopalong Cassidy, starring William Boyd. The ring of the Silver Spurs heralds the most amazing man ever to ride the prairies of the early West, Hopalong Cassidy. This famous hero thrills his 60 million fans with action and dangerous adventure. In the role of Hopalong Cassidy is the popular star of the motion picture series, William Boyd. And appearing as that laughable old character, California, is Andy Clyde. Now to our story, The Voice of the Dead. California Carlson doesn't often get letters, particularly since he withdrew his application from the Matrimonial Bureau. So the legal-looking envelope that came to the Bar 20 addressed to him was something to get excited about, even before he looked at its exciting contents.
Dear Mr. Carlson, I regret to inform you that your cousin, Mr. Thomas Baxter, has passed on. Your presence is required at the Boxo Ranch in the above county 2 weeks from date for the reading of the will. The other beneficiaries have been notified. I'm looking forward to serving you in any way possible. Very truly yours, David J. Potter, Attorney at Law, Executor.
But the 2 weeks seemed more like 2 years to California until the night finally arrived when he and Hoppy rode up to the gate of the Boxo. Hoppy wasn't quite as enthusiastic.
I just made a weighty decision, California.
Yeah? What's that, Hoppy?
I must love you like a brother. I don't believe there's another man in the county I'd be out with, riding around in the middle of the night in this kind of weather. Well, here's the gate.
What's that sign read?
Boxo Ranch. Visitors welcome. Tom Baxter, owner.
Good old Tom. Real hospitable feller, I hear. Like to folks dropped in and friendly like.
Hold it. Someone's shooting at us on the ridge up there. Get down.
I'm down already, flat in my face.
There he is.
He's going back over the ridge.
He's out of range for a 6-gun.
Let me get my Winchester.
No use now. He's gone.
Well, I'll be...
Yeah, so will I. Visitors welcome, huh? Good old cousin Tom.
Yeah, you know, Hoppy, maybe you're right about that will. The old Bar 20 looks better all the time. Now, why don't we...
No.
What use I got for money? Oh, come on. Let's mosey back home and forget it, huh?
5 minutes ago, I'd take me up on it, California. But right now, you couldn't keep me away from the Boxo with a team of wild horses.
Now back to Hopalong Cassidy and The Voice of the Dead. It's almost an hour since the mysterious rider fired on Hoppy in California at the gate of the Boxo Ranch. And as they mount the rickety steps to the old ranch house, California is more willing than ever to forget his share of the Baxter fortune and go back to the Bar 20.
Listen to that thunder. Consarn it, Hoppy, we got no business here. I don't like this place.
You better learn to like it, California. For all you know, you might own it.
Well, I'll sell it right now for 10 cents, and if you try hard, you could work me down to a nickel. Good evening, ma'am.
What do you want?
How do you do, ma'am? We're,
I'm sorry, we don't take in strangers. You got caught out in a storm. It's no fault of mine.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I'm California Carlson. I'm supposed to be here.
Oh. What about your friend here?
I'm Hopalong Cassidy, ma'am. We'd appreciate it if you could...
That will be up to Mr. Potter to decide. This is a ranch house, not a hotel. Well, don't stand there. Come in.
Yes, sir.
It's a sin, that's what it is. Poor Mr. Tom hardly cold in his grave, and everybody flocking around to see what they can get, like a pack of coyotes.
Coyotes? No, wait
Take
a
it
minute.
easy, California. Where do you want us to put our things, Mrs.
Hackett. Miss Matilda Hackett.
Hmm.
Your room's at the head of the stairway. You can take your horses out there to the barn. Mr. Potter's in the study. You better see him first. I wash my hands.
Box Hole Ranch. Visitors welcome. Nice, friendly reception we got, California.
First time I've been called a coyote by an old buzzard like that.
Come on, we better talk to Mr. Potter. And keep your hand close to your hip. He might be even more hospitable than Miss Hackett. Wait a minute, what's that?
Must be Mr. Potter. Sounds like
Quiet.
he was...
I want it now.
Absolutely not, Ralph. I'm simply trying to be reasonable,
I'm
Ralph.
through. I'm through being reasonable. I need that money, and there's no reason why I can't get an advance. My father left me a share of his estate, and I want it now.
Why can't you wait until the will is read?
That's none of your business, Porter.
I think I know why, Ralph. You've been gambling in town.
All right. So I have. And I've got to pay Ogden off tonight.
Well, you can't pay him off. That's all there is to it.
All right, Potter. Call me when Cousin Phineas gets here. I don't want to be late for that reading. Well,
I'm Cousin California Carlson. This here's Hopalong Cassidy.
How do you do?
hello.
I'm afraid I must apologize for Ralph, gentlemen. He's not like his father. I'm David Potter.
How do you do? We just got in, Mr. Potter. I wondered if you've got an extra place for me.
Of course. There's a double bed in the room upstairs. You're perfectly welcome to it.
Thanks.
According to Mr. Baxter's instructions, the will's to be read tonight. We'll proceed with the reading when all the beneficiaries are here.
When do you reckon that'll be, Mr. Potter?
Well, they've all arrived except Cousin Phineas Phipps. He ought to be here any minute. Then we'll get together in the library.
Good. Shall we take our stuff upstairs, California?
You go ahead, Hoppy. Reckon I'll go out to the barn and look after the horses. At a time like this, I always feel like I ought to be in the good side of my horse. There you are, boy. Feel a mite better without the heavy pack, huh? Now, hang the pack saddle up and...
can't do that.
Who are you?
Josh Coulter.
I can't do what?
What you doing? Can't hang no tack on the walls, and if you got the sense of a barn-born doggy, you'll heist your saddle back onto your horse and get. Both you and that gun-toting cowboy you rode up with.
Joshua,
Yes, Miss Ruth?
I think Miss Hackett needs you at the house.
Yes, Miss Ruth. Remember what I said. Pop.
Pop? Why,
Don't mind Joshua, Mr. Carlson. He's been acting that way ever since my father died.
Well, maybe so. You would be Ruth Baxter then, huh? Mighty glad to know you, miss.
I'm afraid I'll have to apologize for all of us. There's something very strange going on here, Mr. Carlson.
Oh, I don't know, Miss Ruth. We ain't noticed nothing out of the ordinary. That is, nothing except a rider that tries to kill us at the ranch gate. A housekeeper who just about bites our heads off at the front door. Your brother Ralph spitting in our faces up in the house. And now this old horn told to
I
tell
know.
me...
I'm glad you and Mr. Cassidy are here. I think we're going to need you.
California.
Yeah, Hoppy?
Cousin Phineas just arrived. We're meeting in the library for the reading of the will in 5 minutes.
All right, everyone.
All right.
Now that we're here, I'll read the will.
All right, I'm glad to hear that.
Very simple, right to the point. I, Thomas Baxter, being of sound mind and not acting under duress, do hereby declare this to be my last will and testament. My property and all my holdings shall be equally divided between my daughter, Ruth Baxter, my son, Ralph Baxter, California Carlson, Matilda Hackett, Joshua Coulter, and Phineas Phipps.
Rather
With the proviso that should any of these people die, his or her share shall be divided among the remaining legatees.
What? Why, that's utter insanity, Mr. Potter.
What's wrong with it, Cousin Phineas?
Why, it's not like Cousin Thomas at all. Why, it's an instrument of the devil. A temptation
I
to...
think I know what you mean, Cousin Phineas.
Huh?
I'm afraid I don't, Mr. Cassidy.
Well, as it stands now, 6 people divide the estate equally. If one dies, the rest get his share. But Might be a temptation for someone to, whittle down the number of beneficiaries.
That's just what I mean.
I know it sounds pretty brutal, but we might as well face the facts.
Mr. Potter, seeing as we all live a spell longer, what do we get?
Not much, I'm afraid. The land's practically worthless, and there's a big bank loan to be paid off. However, I could manage to raise something for the beneficiaries if they'd all agree to sell.
All right, let's find out what they'll do.
Good idea. Please answer as I call your name.
Well, I, for one, feel that this
Now,
is...
Matilda Hackett.
Why, yes, if you think it's best, Mr. Potter.
Ralph Baxter.
There's nothing else to do. I'll sell.
Ruth Baxter.
I won't sell.
Any particular
All
reason?
right. It's up to you, my dear. Joshua Colford.
Speak up, Josh.
I'll sell.
California Carlson.
Well, Mr. Potter, I've give this a lot of thought, and I...
Won't sell.
I said, that's right, yeah. No sense in selling, no sense at all.
Well, that makes 3 for selling and 2 against. Well, looks like it's up to you, Cousin Phineas.
Close that window.
Look out for that lamp that's going over.
There goes the light.
All right, let it go.
Take it easy. Why don't someone...
Sounded like a shot.
Hurry up with that light.
Hurry.
There we are. Hold the lamp steady now. There.
I'm sure I heard a shot.
It was probably a shutter banging. Now, let's get on with the vote.
Very well. Cousin Phineas, it's up to you. Cousin Phineas.
What's wrong, Mr. Potter?
Phineas. He's dead.
Then there was a shot.
It came through the window. Let's go out and take a look. Come on, everyone. Ruth, look out.
I told you, Hoppy, we should have turned back at the gate there.
Take it easy. You aren't dead yet.
Nothing out here.
Well, of course there isn't. You expect the killer to hang around and wait for us?
It came through the window here. I'm sure of it.
Well, right now, I'm not sure of anything.
What do you mean? Could have done
Now,
it.
let's see. It could have come through the window. Phineas was sitting right in that chair there. And wait a minute.
What's wrong, Hoppy?
Take a look through the window here, Mr. Potter.
Huh?
What's the matter, Mr. Cassidy?
In there by the table.
Good Lord, the body.
Huh?
Phineas, his body's gone.
Before we continue with this exciting story, here is a word from your announcer. Now back to Hopalong Cassidy and the Voice of the Dead. There is tension and fear in the Boxall Ranch house now as the 5 remaining heirs to the estate of Tom Baxter retire for the night. California is less willing than ever to claim his share of the estate now as he and Hoppy talk to Ruth Baxter in their room.
So you think there was something strange about your father's death, Miss Ruth?
I know there was, Mr. Cassidy. I think my father was murdered.
Murdered? But he died right there in that bed.
Because someone poisoned him. Slowly, over a long period of time. I think he knew it, too, toward the end.
But why would anyone kill him?
They wanted the ranch.
Yet, according to Mr. Potter, it's practically worthless.
Well, that's what Mr. Potter says. I don't believe it. I tried to get an accounting of income and expenses, but Mr. Potter says there isn't any such thing. My father was a businessman, Mr. Cassidy. He wouldn't run his ranch without a set of books.
But your father never said anything?
Oh, no. He couldn't talk near the end. Just lay in his bed here reading that book of Channing's essays on the table there. You see, he was partly paralyzed.